Hello everyone and welcome back to my opinion. And in this Champions Trophy preview video, we will be previewing the campaigns of England and South Africa. And let's get into the preview. Starting off with England, looking at the squad, we've seen a lot of these players in action in the recent Tour of India, where across the T20I and ODI legs, they only managed to win one match. And given the conditions there, if you ask the question, would these players be suitable for those conditions, and especially with the way we saw things pan out, then the answer to that would be no. I feel they would prefer to bat in Pakistan than to bat in India, although they are playing two matches in Lahore, which offers some assistance for the spinners as well, but I'd still feel that they'd prefer to bat in Pakistan than in India. But given the commodities that we have seen in the recent tour of India, and still I feel would they be able to adapt to the conditions in Pakistan? I think it is a doubt, especially regarding the fast bowling resources. And I'll be narrating my 11. I've gone with, now there are two options, as I've said before. According to me, they don't have another frontline spinner. I would have bought in Liam Dawson. They expected, they didn't do that, meaning you've got to bowl at least 20 overs of spin in Pakistan. So if that means, would Liam Livingstone be someone who is a bowling all-rounder to bat number 7? No. So you would have to bat in the top 6. They would not drop Livingstone. So can you play an extra player to put Livingstone at 7? Then I don't think you can do that. However, depending on the conditions, and Bryden Carr hasn't been in good form either. They're thinking, right, Livingston can bowl 5 overs. Then you got Rashid to bowl 10 and Joe Root to bowl 5. That's 20 overs to spin. They can look to do that. So there are two ways they can go about this. First of all, without Banton in the 11, you've got Phil Salt, Ben Duckett to open the batting, Joe Root 3, Harry Brook 4, Josh Butler 5, Liam Livingstone 6, Bryden Carr 7, Jofra Archer 8, Adil Rashid 9, Mark Wood 10, and Saqib Mahmood at number 11. And if they're thinking Bryden Cast will go runs, especially on the turning sides of that, I think they're playing against South Africa in Karachi, especially there you would want another spin option. And you've got Livingstone, Joe Root, and Adil Rashid. You've not got anyone else. So what they could look to do is you could play Tom Banton ahead of Bryden Cast. You could bat him at number 4. Then you got Liam Livingstone at number 7. You've got greater batting assurance there. And you're not necessarily any weaker as a bowling side, because with 4 seamers, and especially the backup seamers you've got apart from the main 3, would they go well in subcontinental conditions? I don't think so. So I don't think they'd be weakening their bowling attack by leaving out Bryden Cast. Now, looking at the backups, Gus Atkinson across the India tour, he was very ordinary. Pace is down as well. I don't know whether he would be able to recover from that, get the pace back up, and adapt to conditions in Pakistan. I don't think that will happen. Jamie Overton with a bat and ball, he hasn't delivered. Bryden Cast, as I said, he'd be sitting out in place of Liam Livingstone, I feel. And then you've got Jamie Smith as a middle order keeper batsman backup in this side, looking like for Tom Banton. Now, in my view, Phil Salt can keep, Ben Duckett can keep, Tom Banton can keep, Josh Butler can keep. So, looking at Jamie Smith's batting ability alone, he's a very good talent, but will he be able to crack into this side? I don't think so, and that's why what I would have done is, you look at the body language of some players, so yes, they would have moved on from them, but I still feel you can get an indication as to whether they've got more left in the tank. And yes, Johannesburg Super Kings lost that knockout match against the Sunrisers Eastern Cape, but Johnny Bairstow scored a 17 balls 37, where he looked as if he was still hungry to score runs. He's someone who can bat to number 4 in T20s as well. So I feel him batting at 4, he can do two things. One, he can bat at 4 on this side, or Phil Salt most of the time hasn't crossed the 40 mark. He's been better in the ODI series than in the T20I series. But if Phil Salt if you thought, right, he's not getting the big runs, although you've got a good enough opening partnership in all the three ODIs, but then there's been a collapse after that. Johnny Bairstow could open instead of Phil Salt if you wanted to retain Tom Banton in the side. He scored a good 38 against India, and he has done very well in the T10 scoring. I think the ILT20 scoring 2 centuries. So that's something they could have done. I don't understand why they've gone for Jamie Smith, because purely on his batting ability as of now, I don't think he'll be able to get into this event. And now looking at the venues, as I said, playing against South Africa in Karachi, where South Africa have got more spin bowling options than England. I feel they've got Aiden Markram, Tabraiz Shamsi, and Keshav Maharaj, whereas England have got the one frontline threat, and then you've got Livingston and Joe to fill in. I don't think that would be anywhere near as strong as what South Africa have got. Then you've got, I think it's against Australia in Lahore, where that will also provide some assistance to the spinners. Australia have got the one frontline spinner in Adam Zampa. Then you've got Glenn Maxwell's improved with his consistency as a bowler. And then you've got Matthew Short, who I feel is similar to Bull Jacks. He can bowl these 5 overs and he wouldn't give many runs. So you've got 20 overs of spin there. That looks a stronger combination than the one that England have got. So I've said this in previous videos as well. I said this for Australia. It would be a crucial toss to win because both the bowling attacks aren't the strongest. So you bat first and score at least at 340 kind of a score. Then you can outmuscle the opposition because of the weight of runs. Then against, I think they're playing against Afghanistan in Lahore as well, which also offers some turn. Afghanistan win a toss, bat first, score 290. England will struggle to chase it down, and in my view, won't chase it down. So you may have 1 win out of 3. Therefore, I do not think England will get to the semi-finals because, at least for other teams, you're comparing the batting lineups of Australia and England. Yes, Australia and Sri Lanka haven't had the great time of things. And looking at the names in the England batting lineup, I'd say they've got bigger names in this side than Australia as far as the batting is concerned. But still, with the way they have collapsed in this India tour, can you put your money on them to succeed? I don't know. So, a crucial toss to win in that match. And whoever wins that match can have a chance to get a 1-2 loss 1 and sneak in the second spot into the semi-finals. But if they lose that match, then you're already looking at an early exit. So in my view, England will struggle to make it to the semi-finals and most likely won't. And now for South Africa. Do I think this side is the strongest side objectively? No, I don't. But if you're looking at this group, they can make that second place. The one thing that has helped them in recent times, or in terms of selection, is that, now, do I think they've selected the best in this squad? No. But as a replacement for Anrik Nortje, they've got Corbin Bosch, meaning you don't have to play someone like Lungi Ngidi who bowls slow deliveries that would not suit the surfaces in Pakistan. So that's why I feel Corbin Bosch can also provide that batting at number 7. Number 8, and you got Marco Jansen at number 7. A lot of players who played the 2023 ODI World Cup are in the squad. Then you've got Ryan Rickelton, who has been in fantastic form, and I feel he's the right replacement for Quinton de Kock. And you've got a new player in Tony Rizzotti. He hasn't been playing for that long at the international scene. Now, looking at their 11, I've gone with Ryan Rickelton and Telma Bavuma to open the batting, Rassie van der Dussen number 3, Aiden Markram 4, Heinrich Klaassen 5, David Miller 6, Marco Jansen 7, Corbin Bosch 8, Keshav Maharaj 9, Kahisa Rabada 10, and Tabraiz Shamsi at number 11. In terms of that number 8 slot, if they're not going to play Corbin Bosch, what they could think is, right, you've got 4 frontline bowlers in Jansen, Maharaj, Rabada, Shamsi. If they want to maybe get a batting all-rounder, although Corbin Bosch has also got a good record in first-class cricket, you could bring Wian Moder in place of Corbin Bosch, which I don't think they'll do, but that's the only other option if you're not playing Bosch, because Lungi Ngidi he was sat out for Power Royals in the SA20, being an experienced local player, and did not bowl well in the Tri-Series involving New Zealand and Pakistan. So, in my view, they'd be better off with him not having to play in this tournament, because I don't feel he's been at his best anywhere near his optimal for a number of years because of a one-dimensional approach. De Zorzi, I don't think, can play in this side because no one will be dropped. If you've got Rickleton and Van der Dussen have been in good form. Aidan Markram is at 4, can also provide that spin bowling. And the backup for Aidan Markram, although I don't think right now he can bat at 4 in an ODI side, would be Tristan Stubbs. He's someone who bats at 5 in T20s as well. So that's why they've gone with Aidan Markram. Adam Stubbs hasn't been in great form either in the SA20. And so this would be, as far as their backups concerned. I don't think Tony de Zorzi will play. Tristan Stubbs can be in the conversation to play, but I don't think you can send him out at number 4. And they'd have to play Bosch ahead of Moda to strengthen their bowling, because Bosch can also bat. Now, looking at the conditions, as I said, they'll be playing against England in Karachi. I feel they would be favourites to win that match. They'll be playing against Australia in Rawalpindi. Now, it's a crucial toss to win because you're looking at this bowling, and this comes into, now I just skipped a section as far as who I think should have been included, who could have been included. George Linder is someone who would provide 10 overs of spin. And his batting, he reminds me of Rahul Tewatia, where both power hitters, no. Do they hit big sixes? No, they don't. They know how to score runs on a consistent basis. And you've got a 10-over bowler in there as well. At times, you could have played Maharaj and Linde for the control. And then you've got Tabraiz Shamsi to be that attacking threat, because you need to bowl at least 20 overs of spin in Pakistan. And for this side, you've got Maharaj and Shamsi even in this squad, who are frontline options who could bowl 20 overs, which is more of an advantage than what you have got for England. And you're looking at Marco Jansen, who he didn't play in the Tri-Series. Would he suit these conditions? No, because he doesn't bowl full enough. He bowls in a good length. He doesn't bowl full of a good length. And you saw in the ODI World Cup in Eden Gardens, you got Ngidi and Jansen. I said in my preview video, if Ngidi and Jansen play in the same team in that match, there's no chance for South Africa. And you saw that happen, 91 without loss in the power play. And the match was over then and there. So Jansen does not bowl full enough. So in this case, is he a guarantee to bowl 10 overs? No. Colin Bosch can bowl quickly, but he can go for runs as well. So in Rawalpindi, if you've got Jansen and Bosch going for runs, you've got Maharaj and Rabada can bowl 20 overs. Then you have to bowl Markram. Tabraiz Shamsi is someone who's a wicket taker, but he can go for runs. So then, if Australia bat first, they've got a destructive batting arm, you will have a problem there. So, objectively, this side is not the strongest side. But can they finish second given this group? I think they can. And against England, so England, Karachi, Afghanistan, I think it would be Lahore, which also offers. So Afghanistan is also in Karachi. This side is playing 2 matches in Karachi. I feel they will lose the match against Afghanistan as well, because that's a service that would provide a greater assistance for the slow bowlers than the other venues, in my view, although in Lahore there's some assistance. So the struggle against Afghanistan in Karachi. Against Australia, will be touch and go, because both the attacks have got a sense of precariousness about them. You could say Australia is more so than South Africa, but if Australia bat first, this lineup is also capable of going for runs. And then you've got England match, which I think they'll win. So it will be touch and go, but I think looking at the squad, compared to the strength of the other squad, they've got the goods to be able to qualify in second place, but it will be touch and go. And let's see what these teams do in the Champions Trophy. The next 2 videos will be individual videos, one for India and one for Pakistan. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share with your friends. Remember, this is my opinion. Watch.